welcome you back to Blacksite. Tonight we're going to talk about conservative Ann Coulter saying that FBA resources are going to other minorities and migrants. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Ann Coulter was on C-SPAN talking about the migrant crisis, and she talked about FBA now categorizing itself as a single group, basically saying that FBA deserves the funds that are going to other minorities and migrants. And she basically said that FBA is 100% right. She said when they made the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, that was for slaves that was here in America, FBA. And that we deserved all the resources because that's what the Supreme Court wanted to happen. The Supreme Court, in all these different so-called bills that were passed, were not talking about LGBTQ, wasn't talking about Asians and other minorities, because they never went through 300 years of slavery, 100 years of segregation and redlining and other issues that FBA had to deal with in America. But she was saying that these migrants are now taking a huge chunk out of the resources that were supposed to go for FBA. We know it and they know it. You know, Claude Anderson was the first one that really said this back in the early 1990s. He said when a migrant gets off the boat, he has the same minority rights that a black person who have lived here for generations. And that doesn't make any sense. So the more people you categorize as a minority, the less funds there are for the descendants of slaves or ADOS. She sat there and explained it to CNN. It was cogent. It was very good. Even though we may disagree with her 90% of the time, on this issue she spoke the truth. They are getting hundreds of billions of dollars of taxpayer money, and they haven't invested anything into this system. But when we ask for something, we can't receive it. We can't receive money for education, after school programs, small businesses, anything that affects the progress of FBA and ADOS. We can't receive money. But it seems like all of a sudden they found billions of dollars out of the sky for migrants and other minorities. And these same minorities come here and tell us, black people who've been here for 400 years, why haven't you done anything? We never got a head start in the program. We never got a handout. We never got free housing, free food, free welfare, free everything. When we was left on the plantation, we was kicked off and we had to survive basically on our own or live on that plantation as sharecroppers. And still they exploited us. That we are being exploited by these other minorities groups for what we have basically worked for, or what we deserve from this government we haven't received. But now they're benefiting from everything we have done, and now they are basically disrespecting the people who have done all the work, who marched for the Civil Rights Bill, who marched for the Voting Rights Bill, who did all this stuff. And what we get in return? No. We ask for reparations. No. We ask for anything that can make our communities better. No. But they get everything. We see them walking around with $10,000 worth of food stamps in their account and five or $6,000, $7,000 worth of cash. That's money that should be going to us. And see, this is what happens when you flood a zone full of people, full of minorities that don't belong, should not belong in this country. She spoke to an issue that we should be speaking to as unison, but we're not. See, we are the only people I know that will plan our own destruction and see it right in front of our eyes. There are elite in our country, in the black community, who will not stand up for us, who will see the train coming and basically let the train run over the majority of black people in America, as long as they get what they want. And they are going to get what they want, especially from the elites who are planning our destruction. And that's what Ann Coulter is saying. She's giving you the truth. She's giving you the game plan that they have for us. And once they get a certain level of minorities, especially in the Hispanic group, and they probably got 70 to 80 million, when they get 100 million, they will no longer need our vote. See, they need our vote for the edges of this election. Remember, Joe Biden only won this election by about between 40 and 70,000 votes. With votes in Georgia, Arizona, Wisconsin, he barely won that election by the edges. They need that black vote out again. But once 2024 is over, once these migrants have settled, black people are done, and we don't even know it. This is disturbing to watch, but you must understand that we as a people are almost done in America. If we don't come together and say, hey, give us our reparations, cut us our check, we see that you have the money, there is no excuses, because you have given it to the migrants. But we have a group of gatekeepers standing in our way, stopping us as a group from getting what we so rightfully deserve. I want to thank you for listening to Blacksite. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but please also share this video. And please leave a comment in the comment section.